Hello and welcome into a Tuesday morning edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hickson. I'm your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils SI and your host for this daily show. And I'm so grateful to be joining you today. We are just about a day and a half out of Arizona State closing out their road slate for the non-conference schedule before Big 12 play kicks in against the UCLA Bruins, who just dropped out of the top 25 poll after a loss to Gonzaga last Saturday. And they've really been competitive this entire season. They lost to who is now number one Arizona by just 4 points. They lost to Gonzaga by 10 points. And they did lose a game to Cal, which is a little confounding. But overall, UCLA has been a pretty rock solid team. And we are going to break down the matchup a little bit in a couple of minutes. But right now, I really wanted to hammer down the stakes of this matchup. So as of Tuesday morning, December 16th, the UCLA Bruins are ranked number 42 in the NCAA net metrics, which place them firmly inside of quad 1 victory territory. I believe quad 1 on road is considered 1 to 75 in net, so they are firmly inside of that. And this is the first opportunity for a solid quad 1 victory, because Oklahoma is a quad 1 victory for the moment for Arizona State, but they are right at number 50 in the net rankings. So neutral court games are 1 through 50 for quad 1. So if they fall a little bit, that will be considered a quad 2 game, just like Santa Clara. Santa Clara is 58 right now. So they are considered a quad 2, even if it's not by much. It still is. And Texas is a quad 2 game as well. Texas is 1-3 in quad 1 games. Arizona State's one of those losses, so it can take a little bit of solace in that, I suppose. But yeah, Arizona State off to an undeniably strong start to the season. I don't think anybody expected Bobby Hurley's team to get off to this kind of a start. I don't think anybody really expected Bobby Hurley's team to get off the ground at any point this season. Expectations were pretty low, and correct or not, there were reasons to be skeptical about this team. We all been over it. Last season's underperformance, the mass exodus of the roster, the fact that a lot of the players that were brought in were either mid-major players or international players that didn't have a lot of film on them. So there were several reasons as to why it seemed like everybody was discounting the Sun Devils. And I would say that I was one of the bigger proponents of Arizona State being a potentially surprising basketball team, especially as the season grew closer. But I still didn't know they'd be this good out of the gate, honestly. I can't say I did. And that leads them to this Wednesday night game at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles against a former Pac-12 foe. These two teams have really traded blow after blow the last few seasons, at least when they were members of the Pac-12 before the Pac-12 devolved. It had to be rebuilt from the ground up. And yeah, Arizona State might a lot of metrics do not like Arizona State in this game. That's what I was trying to say. Uh, I believe ESPN's BPI only gives Arizona State about a 10% chance to win, but I don't buy it. I think that they have anywhere from a 40 to 50% chance to win. I'd say the road game does make it a more difficult task, but is UCLA is a talented team. I mean, Tyler Bialdu, um, 16.6 points per game, 52% from the floor, 40% from three on high volume. I remember this guy. He was a standout at Oregon State before transferring to UCLA, and he's been pretty good at UCLA as well. Sky Clark is very talented guard. He's now on his third program, and I believe this is his last year of eligibility. But shooting 50% from three on pretty high volume, 4 attempts per game. It's not an extremely high volume scorer, but he is very efficient, so that has to matter. Very shifty player, very crafty guard. And then Donovan Dent. Donovan Dent could be the make or break player in this game for UCLA. He averaged 20 points per game at New Mexico a season ago. Shot 41% from three. I mean, it was on very low volume. It was under 2 attempts per game. But 20 points and 6 assists per game landed him at the very top of the transfer portal when it opened at the conclusion of last season. And he's pretty much taken a dip everywhere statistically. His points per game total is down from 20 to 12. His assist totals are up, but his efficiency has cratered a little bit. 37% from the floor, 7% from three-point range, 65% from the free throw line. So Donovan Dent really could be a player that makes or breaks this game. If he has another rough game like he did against Oregon where he shot 4-14, I'd feel very confident about an Arizona State victory. But if he gets hot from the field, along with the other dynamic UCLA playmakers that they have, it would be an uphill climb for Bobby Hurley's squad. And I haven't even mentioned the other players that are at or near double-figure scoring totals. Eric Daly Jr., a 6'8 guard who started his career at Oklahoma State. He's become an uber-efficient player for UCLA. He shoots over 50% from the floor, 40% from three. Oh, excuse me. And Xavier Booker, who has been pretty solid for them. He started out his career at Michigan State, didn't really get his feet off the ground there, but once again, 50% three-point shooter, 1.4 attempts per game, but the improvement is uncanny from three-point range. As a defender, he's averaging 1.6 blocks per game. The 6'11 forward has really come into his own so far at UCLA, so they really have a five-man rotation that can hang with about anybody in the country. I believe Arizona State does as well, honestly, but UCLA is going to be a tough challenge. It's okay to admit that it won't be an easy victory. I still believe that Arizona State has the chops to come out on top, especially after what they showed against Santa Clara in the second half. But we shall see. Arizona State, UCLA, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time Wednesday night, and it will be broadcast on FS1, I believe. So that is all I really have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of the Sun Devils Insider podcast, and I will see you with another episode recapping the game on tomorrow, hopefully.